4 years ago, I went to Hawaii with Jess, a good friend of mine. We saw all sorts of things. After that thoroughly satisfying meal, we headed to the Bishop Museum to learn about Polynesian culture. But first, we stopped to see the science side of the museum. Here, we enjoyed ourselves as we learned some factoids about physics and astronomy. Then we went to see a show at the planetarium, where they talked about the constellations, and then took us for a virtual roller coaster ride.
You know, during that planetarium thing, I was thinking it would be kind of cool to drive up north somewhere at night and see if we can see tons of stars.
Aurora Borealis.
I'm assuming north away from the city would be darker, but...
Oh, you mean just north of Ohio?
Yeah, that too though. I think the main attraction of the museum is information about the indigenous people.
Afterwards, we went to see the cultural and natural history side of the museum. Here, we saw some bird catching tools, which were used to collect the meat and feathers of native birds. We also saw the skulls of local fauna. Then, we saw the tragically long list of birds that had gone extinct due to habitat loss and introduction of non-native species. After learning about flora and fauna, we learned more about the Polynesian culture. There were several carvings of statues made of stone and wood representing heroes and deities. In the same room, there was an area where you could try on traditional style clothing.
It's a bit small.
Just a little bit.
I think this is for children.
Probably. What is that you're wearing?
I don't know. Can you help me?
Yeah.
There was also a display of small models of Polynesian boats. Historians originally thought Polynesians found the Hawaiian Islands by accident, but more recent research and experimental journeys on traditional canoes show that the Polynesians skillfully navigated to Hawaii, using a great deal of knowledge, courage, and cooperation.
Well, that museum was really cool.
Yeah. Now the highway.
I just love seeing all the carvings and technology that they have. Every time I see stuff about Stone Age people and just all the amazing things they can do. We think of them as primitive, but they're friggin' navigating thousands of miles away in canoes.
After our museum visit, we wandered around Waikiki at night. We found a large tree to sit underneath and decided to enjoy some beers. Unfortunately, we forgot our bottle opener, but that forced us to learn how to use a lighter to open a bottle.
Oh, you got it?
All right, Andrew.
All right, let's see if I can repeat.
We did the other one. Yeah, there it is. Nice. You are the bottle opening master. Look at that. 2 bottles. It's a warm beer.
I feel a little bit more out of it today than I did yesterday. It feels like I'm not all there.
He's not all there.
Anyway, we're gonna go get Chinese food at a dim sum place, I think. We kind of got a late start today because I fell asleep around 1 and just slept until 11, I think because of the sickness. And then Jess today had to deal with some work stuff. Oh, the LA guy's here.
Unfortunately, Jess had to take a work call as we headed out. This afternoon, we were headed to Chinatown.
Smart cars are the worst car I've ever driven in my life.
That smart car for sure.
If we're gonna do environmentally friendly travel, let's just not do the car thing. Let's just invest in trains or something.
We were grabbing dim sum for breakfast, including my favorite dish, chicken feet, and it was Jess's first time trying it.
All right. What's this again?
It's like a dumpling. Is it good?
We also had some shrimp dumplings with a rice wrap.
What is this again?
It's a shrimp dumpling.
Ah, bam. Nailed It's going great.
Fall out.
Okay, so this is a chicken's foot.
Chicken fingers.
So just plop the whole thing in there.
Yeah, it'll be bony.
It reminds me like the monkey paw.
How's it taste?
Kind of like gooey. Bony.
Yeah, it's really bony.
There you go.
Does it taste good?
Chicken nugget. I like whatever the seasoning on the outside is. Really hard to pick up. So,
It's finger food.
literally.
Admittedly, it is really slippery.
Oh, so fingers first. Eat the wrist last.
That's what I usually do. It's really good.
There was also a deep-fried glutinous rice ball filled with meat.
There's definitely meat in it.
It's like mildly sweet, savory.
Next, we had some delicious turnip cake and some honeycomb tripe, also known as cow stomach.
You should try one of these. I don't know if you'll like it.
Okay.
I think it's good.
These guys?
Yeah.
So this is honeycomb tripe, which is
You know, it's very pungent.
chewy. Very chewy. It's good.
Yeah, you like it?
I like the whatever the oil is on it. Very chewy.
9 plus 8.
It's like mashed potatoes.
I'd be good with some of this. Good?
Yeah, slightly less buttery mashed potatoes. Skill. Oh yeah.
Oh wow, that's
Oh
impressive.
yeah. I cheated though. Look at that.
Oh. All that food was only $20 about.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent.
Walked into a place.
Now, we explored more of Chinatown.
That one's just
There were stores full of trinkets and a statue of Sun Yat-sen, who led a revolt against China's last dynasty, the Qing dynasty. We wandered around some more, admiring the statues of stone lion dogs.
Oh, is it just stuck in there?
yeah.
That's impressive.
Then, it was back to the hotel, then back out at night to wander around to get frozen yogurt.
Finally got my clothes washed at the laundromat. Laundered some clothes and money. Took a shower. Feels really good. Feel a little crappy, but the Tylenol's helping a lot.
Nothing frozen yogurt can't help.
Yes, we're gonna go get frozen yogurt. It's gonna be good.
I got roasted coconut and Dutch chocolate and cookie dough and Butterfinger and Reese's Pieces.
Matcha, green tea, taro, little mochi balls, and one of those things. Those are like so nostalgic.
We enjoyed the rest of the night by the beach, watching the clouds roll by and the planes gliding in. The moon shined above as we talked the night away. The next day, it was time to leave the island of Oahu. We filled up our smart car on our way to return it.
Okay, we have checked out of the hotel, got all our things packed. We are about to return this terribly handled smart car. Today, we are flying to Maui, Wowie. Yeah, it's been a good time out in Oahu. I would have loved to see more if I hadn't been sick. Feeling a little better now, but this morning my throat just like it hurt to swallow. But I'm excited to see what's on Maui. Then after that, I guess we'll head home after that.
Every car I've ever driven has been on the left,
Yeah.
and it's a lot.
We returned our rental, then made our way to the airport, where we started to feel a tinge of hunger.
We're looking for a place to sit, maybe eat, because the security line is insanely long. But anyway, it seems like all the places to sit and eat are past security.
We were each taking different airlines, and Jess checked into his.
It seems much more legitimate than my airline. This is Hawaiian Airlines, which Jess is taking to Maui, and then Mine is like in a completely different building. It's like a 3-mile hike. It probably is actually like quarter of a mile though, right? You think? Now we're just gonna go get some food, but all the food that's outside of security is like at the 3rd building.
That's where we started.
Yeah, which is like another quarter mile away. We were just deciding whether or not to eat at this place with like overpriced hot dogs and sandwiches. The dude literally brought one last hot dog out to someone and then told us that his cook had to bail and wouldn't be back for 30 minutes.
It was slim pickings, so we had to settle for some Starbucks food.
We got some lunch and now, well, the next scene is gonna be an extraordinary walk back to my airline, which is like 2 buildings away.
Now it was the long journey to my terminal at the airport.
Well, there was no wait at all in security. Like, I was the only one who went through, which is really nice. So yeah, I have plenty of time. I've got 2 hours. I know that walk didn't seem like that much, but it was a decent amount. Curious how Jess is doing at his place. I think I'm taking a propeller plane too, a non-jet plane, which is kind of awesome. It'll be fun.
I got in line to board the propeller plane. We walked out onto the tarmac, then got on board. Inside, it was a pretty cramped fit, but this would be a short flight, and we were even treated to drinks and jello during the flight. As we approached Maui, I could see distant mountains and miles of green farmland. I landed and exited the plane.
Just landed in Maui. Now I look for Jess. I forget where he told me to meet him, but we'll find him. How was your flight?
Yeah, I just closed my eyes the whole time.
Did you have a plane with propellers?
No, I had a jet engine. You know, you got the rustic experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In the airport, someone was performing a luau dance, and we reviewed our car information. This time, we were getting a proper 4-door sedan. Now, we were off to our hotel.
State Highway 36.
The lobby was nice and open, and behind was a great view of the ocean and the open sky. We went to our room, then enjoyed the rest of the evening outside in the moonlight.
Time to go get some food. The buffet at the hotel is like 24 bucks per person, so we're gonna go get something affordable at a restaurant. Isn't that right?
Yes, everything he said.
We found a nice restaurant in a strange location.
It's kind of weird. There's like this industrial stuff mixed in with the random motel and some restaurants, but hopefully the food's good.
Here, we found a nice hole in the wall which served traditional Hawaiian food. And we enjoyed some refreshing Hawaiian punch.
Beef luau. You've had chicken, I've had squid. I think this is lomi. This is poke. That's lua lua, some other stuff.
The food was delicious, especially with how hungry we were feeling. Tomorrow, we would hike some of the most incredible trails through Maui's mountains. But that's a story for another time. Thank you so much for watching. More Hawaii videos are on their way, but in the meantime, be sure to check out our full episode where the entire Adventure Archives crew goes hiking in Hawaii. And remember to like the video down below and subscribe to our channel. And consider signing up on Patreon to support more of our videos. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks for your support.